put on the chat. Let's see who shows up. It's going to be a wondrous, incredible day of live streaming and fanatics. We'll wait for some people to show up, get some questions going, get some comments going, maybe get some hate. It's all good. Mostly Harmless is here with the STC gang flag. Let us go. Jake 480, baby. In a building. As the notifications proliferate, people will show up and we will have a nice stream with one another. Nadim says, should I mod my Seiko Turtle blued up? I love the Seiko Turtle as it is, so I guess it's predicated on what you would like to do with the mod, but I think it'd be dope. Sean Miller, certified T3 bot, says, couldn't wait for this one after the EDC video. Manny XYZ says, yo, T3. Jake 480 says, love your EDC vids, man. Yas Shavua Tov. Nadim, want to get ceramic bezel, top hat sapphire, but worried about compromise. So those are cool mods. Make sure that you have a good watchmaker to do it that can effectively. Sorry, Hachi's going cray. Make sure you have a good watchmaker to do it that can effectively test, pressure test it and moisture test it. Okay, so that's very, very important. Leonardo says, how's the leg? Not great. It actually gave out on me yesterday afternoon, and it's actually very bad right now. Javier says, Jory, how's your leg? Same thing, unfortunately. Mostly Harmless, have you modded any of your watches at some point? So I've never done a mod. However, I've worked with other people doing mods on like I've tried to do an old SKX mod where we tried to put coffee on the dial and then we baked it for a little while. This was with a buddy on his, and we never got it where we wanted it, really. So that was the first thing. Second thing is I had my buddy Nathan from 4:44 p.m. He modded me a SKX that had a 5KX black dial, ceramic bezel, double domed sapphire. I still have it. Awesome watch, but I didn't mod it. But yeah, so I do have currently one modded Seiko in my collection. Jake 4 just picked up Laco Scorpion after looking at watches for weeks, and I love it. What's your opinion on Laco? They're dope. I mean, if you're looking for something of German heritage, essentially, Laco's a great. I know they make kind of Flieger watches as well that people really enjoy. Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida is here. Man, people bringing up the EDC video. It's so funny because there's a definite crossover between, wrist watches and EDC. It is part of your everyday carry. And it's been very overwhelmingly positive in the comments for the last 3 videos. But then yesterday's video, we got 2 people who are not from the United States, I have a feeling, who find it terrifying and scary that I would ever mention a firearm on this channel. And they were, unfortunately, probably my second largest demographic other than the United States is people from the UK. And it's not unfortunate that that's my second largest demographic. What I'm saying is I love them and I have love for them and I respect them. But unfortunately, they do not grow up with the same culture as we do here in the United States. And that's fine, right? But, and here's the unfortunate part. Kind of buried the lead here. Some of them, I feel have been subjugated for so long that they're conditioned to believing that our freedoms are bad and evil. Which is Like, that's fine. You live where you guys live. You have your own culture and your own set of rules, and that's perfectly fine. We fought a war against you guys in 1776 so that we wouldn't have to have your rules. And that's also fine. We speak the same language, but we have different cultures, and that's very, very cool. If I want to have some jammy dodgers and a cup of tea and mushy peas at a chippy shop, then I'll go over there and have a good time. And if you want to come over here and go to a shooting range and have some fun and pretend to be a cowboy for a little bit, we would love to have you. So what I'm trying to say is let's enjoy each other's cultures and not be offended by one another's cultures. And I got a really interesting comment that I did want to bring up. Someone said, "Oh well," one of the people that was really upset said, "Oh well, I didn't realize that he only makes content for Americans." Well, I don't only make content for Americans, but it just so happens that the content is being produced by an American. So like, I can't possibly make content that follows guidelines of every culture ever. For instance, during the camping videos and other various videos I've produced, I've eaten meat. There are cultures like Buddhism and Hinduism, right? Where like, I know a lot of Buddhists that take it to an extreme and do not eat any animal products because of the way they believe the life cycle works and stuff. I know Hindus that do not eat beef, right? So if I do that, am I discriminating against those cultures? No. I speak English. Does that mean I only make content for English speakers? No, but like, hopefully other people that don't speak my language can use their own, translation or closed captioning and understand me. But that's just the language that I speak. So I can't really like change that, right? I make videos about wristwatches predominantly. What about people that can't afford those items because they are luxury items? Am I discriminating against like socioeconomic classes? No, that's not what's happening either. So I'm not making content only for Americans. It just so happens that the content is being produced by an American. So like, it's just insane. But so I'm absolutely not going to apologize for making the content that I'm making because I've done nothing wrong. However, I still am a human with a heart, and I think that it's very sad that some of the viewers felt offended and scared. So I feel sorry for them is what I should say. Let's head to the comments real quick. Before we jump into the comments, what are you guys sipping on? Sorry, my crutches are here in the back. I spilled my coffee this morning as well, so it's just going great. I'm sipping on some coffee. This is just Pike's Place from Starbucks. Chat, spam the comment section. Let me know what you're sipping on. Leonardo is sipping on Earl Grey, which is actually my favorite tea. It's Earl Grey, and then oolong, right? Earl Grey.
Earl Grey.
I drink Earl Grey. Earl Grey and then oolong, right?
Yes.
Do you want to sit with me? No. Sammy's here. I didn't just make her up, I promise. Chat, let me know what you're sipping on. I will read your drink orders. And also, if we could wave to the people in the future, we get a few thousand people watching this after I'm done streaming, so I want to say hello to them. And how are you? I understand if you can't be here every Saturday, but that's fine. We do daily shows here on the Time Teller channel. So, the only day that I don't really upload is Sunday. So, if you didn't get it today, don't worry. I'll see you guys on Monday. By the way, Patreon video. I know you guys are like, wait, Patreon? Well, I have another channel called Everything is Gay, and we're about to hit 20,000 subscribers over there. It's kind of like my podcast. Well, we have a Patreon. It's $5 a month, and it's over there. So I'm going to be posting a Patreon video over there today. So we have content We do 3, by the way, just as a little like plug for myself. On my other channel, we do 3 live streams a day. We do 3 live segments a day, Monday through Thursday. And then Friday is a Patreon exclusive. And then on this channel, we do a video every day except Sunday. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content, and the numbers speak for themselves. So I really do appreciate it. Let's acknowledge the chat real quick. Kevin Hawthorne says, "Good afternoon." Nico says, "Wearing a black Casio Royale on my birthday. Happy birthday, Nico." Everyone in chat, please wish Nico a happy birthday. Tangle says, "Bro, what is the time? It is 12:22 p.m. Let's get down to business." Nadim, do you think the Seiko Presage Arita porcelain dial is worth 2,000 price? No, it's not. But it is a gorgeous watch. Manny says, "Last month was not a good month for me. I broke my collarbone in an accident." Dude, now I'm recovering from surgery. I'm so sorry, bro. I hope you recover. Like, you can see that I'm in a similar boat as you. Collarbone sucks. I played lacrosse for a little while in New England, and that was the number 1 bone that gets broken during that sport. So a lot of the kids I played with ended up getting broken collarbones. I never did, thank God. But I hope you recover quickly, and I'll be praying for you. God bless. Most Harmer says, "I love the declaration for the 5600. Dude, I'm sorry, dude. That's the best G-Shock. That and the 6600, okay? I have 2 favorites. Jake 40, "Bro, who are the people crying about comments in Knives and Guns?" Because it is what it is. And Jake says, I'm from England and I don't mind." Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Nadim says, "Same, London." Let me see. Nadim says, "Nah, as a Londoner, I'm not one of those cringe America haters." Well, I appreciate that, because guess what? Most of us Americans have respect for you Londoners out there. And I'm sorry, dude. I'm just going to say it. Sammy can attest. It's kind of hard to find good Indian food in LA. I know, that's insane, because LA is incredibly diverse. It's like a true melting pot. It's kind of difficult. We found one really good place, but you think, LA has a huge sampling of different kinds of people. You'd think there'd be great Indian food. But what I'm trying to say is I really want to go to London and get some, good Indian food. Sean Miller says, Certified Teeth Rot says, "Stabbing murders are up in the UK, so now they're confiscating knives." Yeah. Jake says, "Well, I mean, London is stab capital of the world." L says, "There's gun culture in UK, though." Yeah, you guys do fox hunting and stuff, right? And we hunt pheasants and things like that. Yuri the Best says, "Greetings from Eastern Europe. Casio for the win." I'm wearing a Casio, baby. "Make a video drinking some tea." I would love to. I love Earl Grey. I love oolong. Earl Grey. Earl Grey.
Master Uguay.
Cosmic Vision says, "Good for you, bud. Congratulations." Thank you. Leonardo says, "It's funny to simultaneously getting into watches, knives, pens, etc. start to recognize these items showing up in the content of YouTubers, like a knife reviewer wearing a Duro, etc." Yeah, it's because there's a definite crossover when it comes to everyday carry items, like things that you have on your person. It just makes sense. What about people with no wrists? Wombat says, "Yes, I am discriminating against those people." Sean Miller, Certified Teeth Rot says, "The time teller is discriminating against people who don't have arms." Right to bear arms. Arnie Asada is sipping on the yak. Oh my gosh, it's early, baby. Shaken, not stirred. Mostly Harmless says, "Julie drinks tea now." Mostly Harmless says, "Hi, Sammy."
Hi.
Mostly Harmless says, "They hunt peasants." Thoughts on the new Tudor GMT, please. Al, Certified Teeth Rot. So here's the thing. I called this. Can we get like a hand raise in the comment section? Who's been a long time viewer of mine? Okay, let's get some hands in the comment section. Me. Who remembers, for the last, I don't know, 6 years, me saying that they're going to put a GMT in the Pelagos? It's going to happen. Jake says, me. I called it. And so when they did it, I was pumped. I think it's awesome. Arnie Asada, the Wombat. You guys know. every year. So I've been wrong every year, by the way. I have been wrong every year because during my predictions, I'm like, they got to put a GMT in the Pelagos. They're going to put a GMT. They never did. They finally did now, but I kind of called it. I've been calling it consistently. Like, I knew that was just an obvious addition, an obvious progression in that product lineup. Al says me, Annie says me. Yuri says 6 months, I think. Thank you so much for subscribing. Jake says, I watched for 2 years, bro. I'm addicted to this channel. It's most entertaining. I really do appreciate that, dude. I don't grow at the same scale as some of the other, more uptight watch channels. And I think it's because I like to play it a little bit more fast and loose. I like doing bits. I like having a little bit of fun. And, as we can see in the comment section with some of these videos, some of the watch world does not like having fun. They just want the specs, and that's it. And they want to see what type of sport coat I can... what watch pairs well with my sport coat and this little tumbler of sherry? Yes. Smells good. Yeah, I'm not that type of watch collector, dude. I'm sorry. So, I like to have fun here, and I'm glad that you guys all like to have fun. And I'm gonna, I know every YouTuber says, I have the best followers ever. But the truth is, I don't have the biggest following. I don't have the fastest growing following, even though it was literally my channel that made YouTubering fun. But I do have the most concentrated group of knuckleheads that follow me online, and they're the best. So this one's for you guys. Yuri says, yep, I like your style. Feels way more alive than the other ones. I do appreciate it. I don't know how to pronounce your name. He just simply says Jewish, which is accurate, yes. Do you only make watch videos, or do you make all types of EDC? Heaven, so if you go to my channel, I'm transitioning. Oh, God. Congrats, I'm transitioning. Guys, congrats. Can we get a round of applause? I'm transitioning. I'm pivoting a little bit more to more broader EDC stuff. So if you look at the last 3 or 4 videos that I've produced, it's more EDC. So I've been doing more firearms, more knives. I've even done tools like these waterproof lighters. And I have so much gear that I've accrued throughout the years that I realize this is kind of who I authentically am. I like these things. I use these things. They are part of my everyday carry. And then I kind of explain this. Can we get green for go, red for no? For a little rant. Green for go, red for no. I'm going to have a sip of coffee while you guys spam the comment section. If I can do a little introspective rant. MJ has a rainbow. Andrew Scott podcast stage. Honorary Jew. Follow podcast stage online. He's another content creator. He doesn't know this, but I've learned a lot about audio from his channel. But I also realized that audio geeks and microphones and stuff, it is so expensive, dude. That's another can of worms. But if you want to learn a bunch, go to podcast stage. Okay. Heaven says green. Banjo Scott says green. MJ has a rainbow, and technically that has green on it, so we're just gonna say. Heaven says green. Sean Miller says rant on. Mikola, my boy. Everyone, check out Man Cave Leather. Says green. Jake says about him pretending to be trans. Yep. Yuri says green. Wombat says green. Leonardo says green. Heaven says yellow. So it's a little bit. Don't know. Manny says green. Kaiser says green. MJ says green, like my gender studies teacher hair. Yeah. Okay, so here's a little introspective rant. Part of the reason that I am broadening my approach when it comes to content creation is because in the last, babe, how long has it been? 5 months, my injury? 4 months? 5 months?
5, 6 now. Because it was in June. Oh, sorry,
December.
5.
Yeah, 5. So for the last 5 months, okay, I have been changed when it comes to like how I should say my the way I move through life has been altered pretty significantly. Um, to the point where, like, for instance, my leg gave out on me yesterday, and I feel like it set me back. So I'm like in pretty extreme pain most of the time. And then, like, going up a step, like stepping up onto a curb is difficult. Like stepping over the tub to get into the shower and things like that, it's bad. But then, like, also, for instance, when I walk around, having things in my pockets is like difficult and sometimes unfeasible, especially because I pretty much exclusively wear this certain type of shorts. Because when I wear pants, my nerves are so like fried in my right leg that like the fabric on the pants like hurts my leg. It's really stupid and gay. But that's kind of where I'm at. So because of that, I've been wearing my backpack a lot when I'm just walking around. And so that forced me to look at the items that I carry in my backpack a lot. And I started, looking at what I want to carry and what I actually use and what I don't use and blah, blah, blah. And as I've been like studying my own equipment, I was like, look, these things make my life easier. These things I don't really need. And then Sammy and I had a break planned for October. We were going to go to Hawaii. And it was only scheduled in October because we initially had it in June. But in June, I broke my leg. So we moved it to October. Ends up, my leg did not heal the way that we anticipated, so I couldn't go to Hawaii. It was not feasible. So then I was like, I'm sick of this injury taking everything from me. I can't even have fun. I can't even go on a vacation. Like, any source of socializing or, getting out there and experiencing something enjoyable has been taken from me. So Sammy's like, well, let's see if we can go camping. Like, let's see if we can do something that you like. And so we went and planned a trip to our favorite spot, camping. And I started, like, again, looking at the equipment that I can feasibly use and that I can feasibly, like, carry and things like that. And then we filmed it, and it was so fun. And Sammy was like, man, you had, like, so much fun. Like, you seem happier when you were like looking at this stuff and filming this stuff. And then I realized, like, I've been making the same content since 2017. And my channel has plateaued for sure. But then you look at the watch market, and it is shrinking, like, in a big way. And I think partially that's because of the economy and everything. But I realized, like, I need to not just do the same stuff that I've been doing for the last decade for you guys. I need to, like, transcend that. I need to level up. I need to make more fun, dynamic, different content, not turning away from watches, but showing how watches are integrated on a grander scale. And so I think that that's kind of what has uh, helped me kind of decide to pivot, and it's kind of given me a direction for this pivot. And I mean, the views aren't where I want yet for sure, but the comments are insane. The comments are like so overwhelmingly positive, it's insane. So I could do a review on this watch, right? And I will get a ton of hate. And then, watch Reddit will be like, well, write some other article about me, and they'll all spread a bunch of lies. So it's like, you can't do anything right in the watch world. But then I'll do an EDC video, and it's like 99.99999% of the comments are overwhelmingly like, oh man, this is the best channel. This is awesome. I love this. And so I'm like, dude, like, obviously, the market will dictate where it wants your business to go. And so I'm getting the positive feedback. So it only makes sense, like, business wise, to continue doing this. So that was my little rant, and hopefully I gave you some explanation as to, like, where my life has changed, and I don't necessarily want in 10 years or 20 years to look back on this period and say that it changed for the worse. So I want to hopefully look back and say, oh, this changed for the better. Now, I need constant reminders of that because it's easy for me to think it has changed for the worse, but I'm trying. So, and that's all you can do is just every moment keep trying. And, you know, some days are bad, some days are good, and you just keep trying. Am I gay? Please respond immediately. I am not. But you're right, Sammy is a boy, so it is what it is. She's laughing. Jake, did you watch the Josh Cedar? Did you watch Josh Cedar get interviewed by Tristan Tate? I didn't. I did not yet. Hey Jory, I've got a funny joke. You don't take it seriously, but knock knock. Who's there? Jory transcends watches redacted. Will you do camera lens reviews? So probably not. That is a who's that? It's the Jews. Probably not camera stuff because I am not as learned on various camera equipment. I know that sounds silly because literally my career is based around filming things and swapping lenses and you know, picking shots and this and that. I probably know more than the average bear, but it's not a passion of mine to talk about those types of things yet. Who knows where my life will go though? Maybe, you know, in 2 years I'll be a huge camera geek talking about different lenses, but right now probably not. Jake, okay, we'll do it again. You say knock knock, and then I'll say who's there. The EDC stuff is tight. That niche has been pretty stale for me. So seeing you dive in is exciting. Can't wait to see more. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Sound off in the comments, guys. If you guys are enjoying it, let me know. Seriously. You might think that your comments are just throwaway, but it helps me see where I'm going and where I should go. The Jews who? I'm not falling for it. Dill dog. The Jews did it. Good one. I use alternate day carry. Yeah, see, I don't like everyday carry. I do like every other day carry, so I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna make it a thing. I'm gonna influence the EDC community for the worst. Hey guys, here's my every other day carry. People are gonna be like, that's not what that means. That's not a thing. I like EDC for the urban fellow. I have no plans ever to go into the woods. I think I prefer going into the woods than being in urban environments, to be perfectly honest. Sean Miller, certified to the right. You pretty much covered every watch topic. Seems like the logical next step. That's what I'm saying. Dildog with the super chat, dude. Thank you so much. Love your content. Happy Saturday, fuckaroonies. Dude, Dildog with the $19.99 super chat. Thank you so much, bro. That's awesome. You freaking rule. And he says, greetings, dear boy. How are you? I'm good. Thank you so much. I mean, look at my followers right now. Look at all my bros chilling with me. It's awesome. I'm having a great day. This Sony, the greatest camera of all greatest. Canon doesn't do it right. Here's the thing, dude. I was a Nikon guy forever. That's what I started my channel with. And then I would like hate on Sony. I was like, nah, man, it's overpriced, blah, 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 blah. Then I borrowed my friend's Sony and I was like, oh, dude, this is way better than my Nikon. So I swapped to Nikon exclusively. Babe, my dad changed the reservation. He just said
To when?
6:30, but
Today?
different restaurant.
Oh, he heard you.
Pro EDC tip from Europe: use a front shoulder sling pouch, excellent for wallet, keys, etc. Sean Miller, certified T3 bot, says, look at Teddy, love his channel, but his content is getting redundant. This is why. I just want everyone to know. Watches are my passion. I love watches. I wear watches every day. It's something that I will always have on myself. The issue is that the watch segment is shrinking. Okay? And how many watch reviews can you do? It's become so formulaic. Here's macro shots of the watch, pan shots of the watch, showing the date complication, showing the second hand moving across the dial, then a handhold shot where you're manipulating with your hands, then a wrist shot, then you go over the dimensions, the movement, you talk about what it does well, what it does wrong, then you compare it to the price. It's so formulaic. How many times can I do that? I will continue to do that, by the way, but I'm going to do it in a fun, more integrated, dynamic way. And that's what I'm attempting right now. Where are those Sammy? I don't know if I can read that comment, by the way.
What?
Oh my God, Dirtbagger. He wrote in all caps, "Where are those Sammy coming videos?" And then he wrote, "Cooking, dear Lord, cooking." Andy says, "Bought an Audi TT-RS for the girlfriend. Now with me, R8, we're Audi." But dude, you gotta send me pics, dude. Your fleet rules. That is a power couple right there. That is awesome, Andy. Got any shoulder sling racks? So, I do want to give you a little itty bitty. Oh wait, Dildox's birthday shout out to my buddy. Oh my God, Nicholas Gurr. Happy birthday, Nicholas Gurr. Dildog, you almost got me, bro. Watches of Espionage channel has been making great content lately. They are awesome. Their Instagram rules. So, Dildog says, bought an NETT for my wife. So, okay, I have a little, speaking of shoulder slings, I have a little sneak peek about a video I'm doing. So, Sammy gave me $100 bill and said that I have to build an EDC only using that. And I can't go above that. So, I've built an EDC, a full everyday carry loadout, for under $100, dude. And it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about that video. And included is a shoulder sling, like a crossbody bag that I got. So, I want to... No, it's all new, by the way, not Goodwill stuff. So these are all new, brand new items that I bought on Amazon. I'm really pumped. Some really cool stuff. And it's all for just under $100 total. Really pumped to bring that out for you guys. Dollar General EDC, that'd be pretty fun. Dildog says, almost got you. Just do watch hate videos. No more. Dude, that'd be so fun. Well, here's the funny thing, dude. I used to do that's kind of where I got my start, right? Was like bashing watches, like social media brand watches. So that was kind of my thing. Then people got upset that I was so negative, and I'm the most opinionated watch reviewer on YouTube. Period. There's a lot of guys that have opinions. That's perfectly fine. I'm easily the most opinionated watch guy. So much so that you go anywhere and people vehemently despise me, dude. They think I'm like the bane of existence. They've spread so many insane lies about me, and they are obsessed with me. And it's funny because if I saw those people in person that write those things about me online, we would probably find things in common that we could agree upon and like laugh about. So them being that angry about anything and taking little crumbs of information and building crazy stories about it and trying to smear me and blah, blah, blah. It's just insane because it's like, dude, we like wristwatches. That's already something in common that we like. We could probably find things in common and just laugh about it. It's not that big of a deal. It's like a really simple hobby. But it is what it is. So it's you get too negative about things, people get upset that you're too negative. You get really excited and you try to have more positive content on your channel where you're talking about items that you like, people say you're a shill. So you really cannot win. And it is what it is. Under $100, wallet is a paperclip. I've only got CVV money. Those knives are kind of cool though. They look kind of cool. I don't know much about the company. Obviously, I believe they're Asian, right? But they look kind of cool, and the reviews online about them aren't super negative. So, like, it is what it is. I beg you read the next few comments in your Gil Bates impression. Dude, Bill Gates, he's one of my favorite guys to impersonate. And I hate him, by the way. I absolutely hate him. Move to Texas already so you can save money. Sammy, we're gonna move, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're gonna move, but I don't know. We're looking. We're looking. I despise him as well. Yeah, dude. All he wants, they're buying all the elites, by the way, are buying coastal properties, all while trying to make our life worse, taxed and regulated because of climate change, and they're claiming that the sea levels are rising and that our coasts are going to be underwater in 2 years. They keep changing the dates. Then why are you all coastal elites buying properties on the coasts? See, here's what doesn't make sense. The banks, this is I'm about to blow the top off this whole fallacy. Can I rant? Green for go, red for no if you want my rant about like what's really going on about. You want to know how I feel about climate change? Yo, green for go, red for no. This is going to be insane what I'm about to show you right now. Dildog says green. Yuri says green. MJ says X. Banjo Scott says do it. Mortgages for coastal homies, bro. Andy says green. Sam Ray says the economics teller. Org says green. Jake says green. I need 3 more greens. Hi, Rabbi. Kaiser says green. Hardcore Shredder says green. Durbagger says green. Jake says green. Okay, perfect. So, banks do a lot of, okay, loans are pretty heavily regulated, okay? And banks are incentivized to give out loans, it's true. But if they have too many losses and too many loans get defaulted on, the government comes in and yes, they probably will get bailed out, blah, 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 blah. But all these money lenders, right? If you don't think that they have their finger on the pulse of the economy, you are foolish. They are definitely paying attention to trends and economic downturns and future projections. That's literally their job. So if that were the case, that our coasts were going to be flooded because the sea levels are rising and in 2 years we are going to be underwater and blah, 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 then why are these money lenders and these banks paying developers and covering loans for these coastal elites buying properties on these coasts that will be supposedly flooded? It doesn't make sense. Bill Gates, the Obamas, like all of these very, very wealthy, incredibly super powerful entities, right? They all buy property and develop property and real estate on the coasts. Well, most of them are not paying cash, by the way, because obviously playing with other people's money, that's like business 101, they're going to get preferential loans and pay them off preferentially. That's like how that works. So even if they were spending cash out of their pockets, why would developers who are getting loans be developing properties on these coasts? And why would the banks give out these loans? And why would the money lenders lend if they were going to be defaulted upon? They're not going to do that because the government can't cover everything. So all you need to do is follow the money here, guys. All right? You don't really have to worry about any of this stuff because all these people, Bill Gates and everything, they if they are the number one people complaining about climate change, but then they are the ones that are literally just look at what they're doing. Don't worry about the sea levels rising. All of them have coastal properties. That's all I'm saying. What is Jake saying? My red counts as 100 because I'm a minority. So yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. Let's get a few more questions going. Oprah and Dwayne Johnson bought up property in Hawaii during the fires too. Interesting, right? Yo, Time Teller, do you have interest in firearms? Dude, look at my last few videos. Time Teller, been a fan of you since you had like 500 subs. Dude, that is nuts. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this long. That's crazy. By the way, that whole rant that I said was very apolitical. Glad you're doing well. Thank you so much, bro. Glad you're doing well. The rant I had was very apolitical. So there's nothing political about what I said. It's just that these very wealthy people who are the ones trying to regulate us to, they're ruining the auto industry. They're taxing us up the wahoo. Or wazoo. That's the expression, right? And they are making it so like we can't have certain things, we can't use certain things. This has to be regulated, that has to be regulated. They do not follow the same rules, and if they are that worried about the sea levels rising and that things will be flooded, why are they buying houses in the places that will be flooded? It just doesn't make sense to me. All it takes is one Lex Luthor and a couple ballistic missiles. Arnie Asada says millionaire and billionaires with oceanfront property will be fine. Yep. By the way, what do you think of the cube, Patek Philippe? The Cubitus. It's an ugly Santos, is what it is. Unfortunately, it's just an ugly Cartier Santos. Andy, how is Link? Linky is great. He's awesome. He's muscular and jacked. He is just my beautiful boy. Sean Miller, certified teeth rot. Will you ever bring back the Rate My Watch collection segment? Yeah, that'd be fun. Guys, join the channel membership. Click the join button next to the subscribe button, and we're going to be ramping up the kind of behind paywall stuff because it's kind of my way of giving back to you guys for supporting me. And if you guys on Discord send me images of your watch collection, I will film it and roast you guys for what you guys have in your collection. I need to get a San Martin in my hands, dude. Yuri, do you think we'll ever get more cheaper e-ink or similar watches that aren't smartwatches and more anadigi? Maybe. Unfortunately, I think the segment is moving towards full, smart integration. Should get the most garish Lotus Invicta you can and compare it directly to the Cubitus. You know what? It would probably be better. Like the Zeus Bolt. Zeus Bolt would probably be better than the Patek Cubitus. So, yeah, I don't think. And a lot cheaper as well. This is why I say to people who are worried about carbon. The amount of carbon in the atmosphere is 0.04%. The amount that of that 0.04% that's from humans is 3%. And the amount of that from the US is 14%. Yes, but here's my issue. That's all very good information, and you're right. But I'm going to take it a step further. We are very heavily regulated, and obviously Europe is also very heavily regulated when it comes to carbon emissions. But even if like we at like the Western world, if we stopped producing any carbon and we deleted the amount of carbon we've produced for the last 100 years, still wouldn't matter because entities like China and India don't have regulation and they produce like orders of magnitude more carbon than we have ever or could ever produce. And I'm talking about the entire Western world. So I'm not blaming China or India for anything. I'm saying, like, the Western world is so heavily regulated, we will never be able to outdo or undo what China and India does. Guys, Presidente Jory. IWC Spitfire or Tudor FXD, dude, just get the new Pelagos with the GMT. That's the one to get. Jory, I'm having my first movie night with my new smoking hot girlfriend. Should we watch Spy Kids or Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Harriet the Spy. Watch the Harriet the Spy movie from Nickelodeon. Energy. I wonder if the guy that okayed the Cubit still works for Patek. Dude, probably. And they're probably stoked because that's all that the watch world talks about. That movie hella racist though. Dude, you gotta watch it. Who would you choose to be president if you could pick anyone that's alive except Trump? Me. He's gonna pick me. Could you imagine if I were president? Oh my gosh. Things would change lickety split. And people are like, oh, well, you don't know how difficult it is to get things done when you're in there. Because once you get there, you realize all the red tape. Nah, see, I would go in there and be like, all right, everyone's fired. They'd be like, well, you actually can't do that because you. I'd be like, what's your name? Well, I'm the head of. Okay, well, you're fired. So let's blah, 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 blah. And then I'd probably get assassinated very quickly. But I would try to bring out immediately everything and fire everyone. So I'd go in, then they'd bring me in some briefing. They're like, well, you can't do this. You can't do this yet. I can't do that. I'm like, what are all your positions? They'd be like, I'm the joint chief, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I'm the staff, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, okay, cool. So all of you are fired now, and I'm going to I'm appointing new people everywhere. And then probably within the second day, I'd be dead, but it'd be worth it. Also, I'd get rid of like the death tax and the inheritance tax, and I'd find a way to make anime girls real.
Really?
I showed you that meme, babe. Sammy's mad about that one. I would try to pick up where Trump left off. Trump will make anime girls real, guys. Vote. He'd probably get stuck in the bathtub like Taft. Yep. I would erect a statue of Norm Macdonald. Dude, best of the best, baby. How often does Cartier release new or reissue models? It seems like they've had the same models forever. Well, they do kind of do reissues. For instance, like the Tank American. It's a very old design. Various Century models. The Tortue. So they do kind of revamp and recycle older models. And, Cartier has a very distinct design with most of their watches, so, it would make sense. But, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I am going to go ahead and work on a Patreon video over for my other channel, because OBS Studio kind of, shit the bed on me yesterday. So I'm going to be working on a Patreon exclusive over on Everything is Gay. I love you guys. Get out of your comfort zone. Tell someone you love them. Tell yourself you love yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Thank you for your support. Sound off in the comment section if you think that I'm moving in the right direction. And I am typically, not very political on this channel, but if you could, make sure that you're registered to vote, go vote, and, exercise your rights. So I will see you over on Patreon. And if not, I will see you guys on Monday. All right. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time tolerant. Always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Love you guys.